the nameless one. My sister used to work as a librarian for a Catholic school. She would often tell me how weird things happen in the library between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. During this period, all students and teachers are in their classrooms. The empty library felt strange, unfamiliar, very alien during this dead hour, according to my sister. Books fall from bookshelves, TV from the audio-video room will suddenly switch on, photocopy machine printing out blank pages. She associated most of them to technical issues, and the books falling from improper stacking. Everything goes back to normal the minute the bell rings after 11 a.m. Students start walking the corridors again, teachers enter the library, and so on. Their head librarian ordered to take out the old textbooks and replace them with the new edition, which would take around 3 to 4 hours. She accepted the job knowing that she would get paid overtime. Being a librarian isn't the fanciest job and she needed the money. She was 3 months pregnant then. Everything went fine until 7 p.m. Everyone in the school has left and she was halfway replacing the textbooks when she heard the TV in the AV room switch on again. She didn't want to waste time, so she immediately got up, went to the room and switched off the TV. She went back to putting the old textbooks in a carton box when the TV switched on again. She refused to be weirded out, so she went back to switch the TV off. This time she moved to the back of the TV to unplug it from the wall. She was going to pull the plug when she saw a scribbly red line on the floor. It started from under the plug for the TV all the way between 2 bookshelves and finally disappearing in front of another bookshelf. Thinking that it was one of the students vandalizing the floor with a red marker, she took the mop and a bottle of alcohol and wiped out the red line across the floor. Knowing that she already wasted more than enough time not doing what she was supposed to, she immediately went back to finish stacking the few remaining new textbooks. She almost dropped the book on her face when she heard the TV switch on for a 3rd time. This time she cannot deny that something is really going on. She turned around and went back to the AV room to switch off the TV, but she noticed that the red line on the floor was back. She tried to rub off the ink on the floor with the sole of her shoes. To her surprise, it rubbed off easily, so she grabbed the mop and wiped it off again. She was walking to the TV to switch it off and unplug it when she heard a scratching sound behind her. She looked over her shoulder to find nobody. She was about to press the power button on the TV when she heard the scratching noise again. This time she was certain she heard a grumbling sound too. She turned around and saw the most haunting thing she's ever seen in her life. Its head, too big for its body, was covered in slime. One of its eyes is shut closed, while the other is bloated out of its socket. It had 2 triangular holes where there should be a nose. Neither of its hands had complete fingers, but where there were fingers the bones were exposed on the tip. It was scratching on the side of the wooden shelf with its fingers. On its belly button hangs a bloody rotting umbilical cord, dangling all the way to the floor. It was a fetus, a Tiyanak. It started to walk towards her, moving like a little child in fast-forward motion. My sister dropped the mop and ran for the fire exit by the AV room. She ran screaming all the way to the guard on duty, and abruptly called home for me to pick her up. She resigned from her job after that night. We soon learned that a couple of years ago, there used to be a bathroom in the library. It was next to the AV room, but it was closed up and blocked with a bookshelf after a high school girl aborted a fetus on her own inside that toilet.